Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I'm Jem and let's get to it. So today we are doing the Taylor Swift book tag. Yay! Anyway, let's just get into it. First song is We Are Never Getting Back Together. We are never ever getting back together. Wow, doing so great so far. Anyway, so it is a book or series that you were pretty sure that you were in love with, but then you had to break up with it. And mine is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This was actually the book that got me into reading because the writing wasn't, heaps big. And also it was easy to read for me because I struggle to read Times New Roman, which are what most books are printed in, or at least not an easy font to read for people who are dyslexic. We like the more soft edges, or at least some people do. Anyway, so I thought I loved it, but then I decided it needed to go away. Next song is Red. Pick a book with a red cover. Pretty straightforward. So I picked Ink Mistress by Audrey Colthurst, one of my favorite duologies. And she's amazing because LGBT. 100% man. Next one is The Best Day. Pick a book that makes you feel nostalgic, and mine is Once There Were Giants, written by Martin Wildale and illustrated by Penny Dale. It is a picture book and I don't care. Haters gonna hate. But it's a book that my mum used to read to me before bedtime all the time. I got it as a present from my kindergarten or preschool. And it's pretty much about growing up and then having a family of your own. And I never understood it until I was older, and it makes me cry now. Next one is Love Story. Pick a book with forbidden love. And mine is Of Fire and Stars. And I just hit myself in the face with the book, but I don't care because it's so great. I love this book. I love this more than Ink Mistress because this one made more sense to me. Ink Mistress was good, but this one was better. I'm so concerned now. Oh my god, what was that? I Knew You Were Trouble is the next one. A book with a character you knew was bad but you couldn't help but love them. Mine is Carden from The Cruel Prince because he goes through a lot in this book and you don't really realize it because it's through Jude's perspective. And I feel like he's very just misunderstood. But I have not read the other two, so that could change. My opinion could change on that. But this one, I liked him. Next one is Innocent. Pick a book that the ending was ruined. Now, it wasn't the ending, but it was bits in between. In high school, this came out my last year of high school, I think, or second last year. But a lot of bits were ruined for me. And so you know what I did? I read ahead of the people that spoiled it for me, and I spoiled some bits for them because karma is a bitch, and I know that's not very nice, but if you're just gonna go blurting out spoilers when people didn't ask for them, it's rude. It's rude. Everything Has Changed is the next one, and pick a character from a book or series that you think goes through immense character development. And so I picked Michelle from The Electric State. Highly recommend this book. It's by Simon Stallenhag. I think that's how you say his name. I'm sorry if it's not. It's very good. It's a dystopian. Pretty much you have no idea what's going on until the last kind of chapter. There's no really chapters, but the kind of last part of the story. And it's really sad and happy at the same time. Pretty much she is traveling across the country with this little robot dude who ends up being her brother, who is stuck in virtual reality. It makes a lot more sense if you read the book. And she's pretty much given up on everyone in her life because she's pretty much lost everyone to virtual reality because you get stuck on it. It's a whole deal. And anyway, the end is very nice and sad and happy at the same time. But I feel like she, even though she's given up on everyone, she decides to come and not give up on her brother. Next one is You Belong With Me. Pick your most anticipated book. And the last one I remember waiting for was the 4th edition of the Harry Potter illustrated book, which I was a little bit disappointed with. I feel like there should have been more pictures. I feel like the 3rd illustrated one is my favorite, but 3rd is kind of 3rd and 4th are like my favorite Harry Potters ever. But there was a lot of pages that were just left really blank and bland. Like, I feel like you could have coffee stains on this and it would be a little bit more interesting, because a lot of pages that are like this in the other ones kind of have like a small thing nodding towards the story, but this one just didn't have any. And I feel like that's maybe because the book is pretty big. I'm not sure what they're gonna do with the 5th one. Still love the story though, still love the pictures, just felt like it needed a little bit more. Next one is Forever and Always Pick Your Favorite Book Couple, and I don't have one because no one ever ends up with who I want them to be, which is a bit pig-headed of me, but I also like, I just want some couples to be together and they never will be. Next one is Come Back, Be Here, a book that you would least likely lend out for fear of missing it too much. And I don't like lending out books that much anyway, unless I know that person's going to give it back, because I've had multiple people not give books back and it's not good. Anyway, and so what I picked for this one is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, because it's my favorite Harry Potter, and also it's the Slytherin version of it. It's so pretty, it's so majestic. Look at it. Next one is Teardrops on My Guitar. Pick a book that made you cry, and most recently it was Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez, and it wasn't the whole like Ollie's romantic story that made me upset. It was a little bit sad, not gonna lie, but I was also very drawn and connected with Ollie losing his aunt, because something very similar happened in my family, and it's very sad to lose a member of your family. And just, it was just so sad. I connected with it so much, and especially towards the side of how everyone grieves different and how his mum grieves differently to him, and he doesn't understand that, and that he has a little bit of a struggle with that. Anyway, it's a very good book. And the last question in this Taylor Swift tag is Shake It Off. Pick a book that you love so much that you just shake all the haters off. And I just love Shakespeare so much. If you don't know that, now you know. I just think he's really funny and tragic and like a loving sort of writer, and I love that going to see his play just make me so happy. And people like, I don't even understand what he's saying, but like you kind of understand what he's saying. You don't need to be like 100% like active in his plays, because like not everything that's being said is important, or not everything being said is like matters. But I really love it. All of his plays, most of them actually, not some of them are a bit too long for me, but he just makes me happy. Like, writing doesn't need to make sense sometimes. Anyway guys, I'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe, because that is always nice, and goodbye.